Check it out, we're back here in Central Florida. Finally, it was in the 20s when I left Tennessee yesterday. Now, it's pushing 80. That's 26 Celsius for those of you who care. Ah, Florida, bless you. So, are you ready for some cruise news? Roll that beautiful bean footage. Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm Corey, and you're about to be the recipient of a big old dose of cruise news. But before we get started, I do need to address something with you. I have a very close family member of mine that's going through some issues. I'm not really going to get into any of it, but it may cause me to be a little bit more aloof than usual. It's really weighing down on me, so I apologize if I miss some episodes here or there. That is the reasoning. I am going to try, though, to stay on the daily episode of Cruise News Dose. If you're curious, I do tend to upload my Instagram page the most with, news and information about what's going on behind the scenes. You can find me at Midships Cruise if you're wondering what's going on. Now, for the cruise news today, there's a lot going on, including talking about the ship that ran aground. Yeah, we'll get to that. But I know how much y'all love the this or that. Wait. Did I just say y'all? Jeez, can you tell I was in Tennessee for a week? Let's try that again. Now, I know how much you all enjoy a good this or that, and lucky you, because I have it today. Which is better, Chicago-style deep dish pizza or New York-style thin? Let me know in the comments below. And I wonder how many of you are about to have pizza for dinner just because of this question. Okay, now we have cruise news to attend to, so let's get into it. So there's crazy news coming out from NCL today as one of their ships, the Escape, has run aground in the Dominican Republic. She literally scraped and got stuck on the bottom of the little channel there. Okay, the incident happened yesterday while the ship was attempting to leave the port. The Escape was leaving Puerto Plata when the wind pushed against the side of the ship, causing it to go off course and make contact with the bottom of the seafloor there. Those on board described hearing a loud thud when the ship ran aground. Tugboats were dispatched to free the Escape, but they were unable to do so. Ultimately, the captain on board decided to wait it out for higher tide so the vessel could be freed. Eventually, when the tides returned and rose, the vessel was able to free herself. She returned to the port for an inspection of the hull condition. So basically, the hull seems to be okay. Now, the thing is, when ships are going in and out of port, there's usually a pilot on board that is from the port. So it's hard to place complete blame on the captain. However, ultimately, it is the captain's ship, so probably need to ask a few questions of the captain of this vessel as well. In addition to the harbor pilot, I mean, you should know better than to go out in high winds, right? However, now it's time to turn off the news reporting mode that I'm in and offer up some of my opinion here, and this is where I might get myself in trouble, but let's do it anyways. Seemingly like clockwork, the faux journalists and tabloid-style hit piece authors have piled in. If you've ever seen Spider-Man, I liken these crackpots to the reporter from the Daily Bugle, the doom and gloom guy. He always has something to say, and it's never positive. Doom and gloom. They seemingly wake up every morning looking for a situation to prey upon so they can make a buck. So obviously, it's only fair to suspect that none of these journalists, or so-called journalists, have ever had any issues in their life while driving or parking a car, let alone parking a boat. I mean, it's probably so easy they can do it with their eyes shut. Surely they're too perfect at everything in life to ever run into any trouble. Mind you, the pieces they write are rife with spelling errors or grammatical issues, let alone they don't even contain a whiff of objectivity. One outlet that claims to be a legitimate source of news, Cruise Law News, pointed a finger at cruise fan bloggers as downplayers of this incident, as if someone who talks on YouTube about cruises is responsible for the fact that a cruise ship across the earth ran aground. Then they went on to write that it's inexplicable that people were happy that the shipmaster handled the situation and freed the vessel and no one was hurt. So what I think they were really trying to say is they couldn't understand why people would be happy that the ship was freed and no one was hurt, which in my opinion, it's awfully close to an implication that they actually wished damage would occur or people had gotten hurt. It's puzzling. I mean, I'm sure they don't mean that, but that's kind of what it seems like they're saying. These people vote, folks. They vote in elections. It's absolutely terrifying. Okay, opinionated rant over. Let's get back into reporting the facts, the news as it is. The next couple stories, though, I have to warn you, they're going to be tough. So on Sunday night, Coast Guard rescuers airlifted a 7-year-old girl who was suffering with abdominal pains aboard the Carnival Dream. She went up in the basket from one of the helicopters. The girl, along with her father, were flown to a hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida. That's the city that's just south of Tampa, kind of southwest, technically speaking. Though her condition is unknown, she was thought to be stable at the time of the rescue. So our thoughts go out to this little girl. We wish her very well and a speedy recovery, and hopefully this doesn't scare her away from cruising. And regrettably, our next story, it's going to be about another passenger going overboard from a cruise ship. This is like the second one we've had recently. Now, it's important to remember, this is a developing story, and while I aim to give you the most corroborated, correct news and facts that I can, oftentimes in a situation like this, details do tend to change and evolve as time goes on. So take it easy down there in the comment section, all right? Just hold your horses. Now, according to NCL, a 31-year-old man jumped from the Norwegian breakaway on March 11th while the ship was near Costa Maya, Mexico. At the time, the breakaway was reportedly en route to New Orleans. A search operation was undertaken, but as of yet, the passenger's whereabouts have not been determined. He's missing at sea. So this is the second instance just this almost month of someone seemingly intentionally jumping overboard from a cruise ship. And I'm sure, once again, these tabloid-style websites will be quick to jump on this as an opportunity to once again smear cruise lines and paint them as dangerous or not caring. But remember, this is an individual, a real person. They have a family, they have friends, they might even have a husband or wife, loved ones that are now without someone special. So we should probably take a moment and allow for a bit of humanity for once. If any more details come out about this, I will keep you updated. Okay, now moving on to some lighter news and arguably pretty exciting news. With the launch of the Wonder of the Seas now firmly behind us in the rearview mirror, it's time to look forward to the next few brand new ships coming out later this year. And we're going to talk specifically about US-based new ships, because that Norwegian Prima, while it looks amazing, it's not sailing here in the US where Midships audience is generally at. So we're going to talk about a ship that's going to be positively excellent. That's because it's the next Excel class vessel from Carnival Cruise Line. Named the Celebration, she's due to set sail November 21st. However, if you'd like to jump on board a little early, you can join the transatlantic journey. Shout out to all my transatlantic cruisers. Let me know what your favorite thing is about all those sea days. Now, information is a little tough to come by about this new Celebration, but we do know that Carnival is majorly tweaking the Grand Central area. That's like right in the middle. That's like deck 6, 7, and 8. There's like a little stage show, Java Blues there. Okay, and this is a really good thing because this is one of the areas on the Mardi Gras that I personally took the most issue with. I'm not sure if it was the way that people flowed through the space or the lack of seating that was in the area that had actually a view of the stage. Something was just off in that area. It's hard to put my finger on it because it's subjectively a beautiful place. I mean, just look at it. I took these videos when I was on the Mardi Gras. But I think Carnival would benefit massively from relocating the control booth for the stage itself. Push it way to the back behind all the seating. As it sits currently on Mardi Gras, it takes up a huge portion of literally the best seats in the house. Now, I know that they need to be able to see the performers. It has to be in a place with an appropriate view. But right now, the design just pushes guests into crowded standing room only areas. It's hard to see. It's hard to move around. This is just my 2 cents. Obviously, I'm not an expert in this kind of design work. So how many of you are excited to get on board this new Celebration? I know I'll be hopping on at some point, but hearing what I heard from everybody coming off Wonder of the Seas inaugural sailing, I don't know that I really want to go on an inaugural cruise, but if you think I should, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Okay, moving on to some news coming out from across the pond. The UK's newest cruise ship, Valiant Lady, hasn't even made her inaugural cruise yet, but she's already canceling 3 sailings for next month. Virgin Voyages say the sailings are canceled because the ship is now fully privately chartered for the April 4th, 15th, and 18th sailings. Now, rumors are buzzing all over the internet that this private charter is actually to film a TV show on board Valiant Lady, which would be kind of cool. But again, these are just rumors. Now, Valiant Lady's maiden voyage is slated to take place in a couple days here, March 18th. the day after my birthday. I'm not going to tell you which birthday. And, speaking of birthdays, you know what makes a great gift? Cruise swag. And you can find the best of the best in the Midships merch store. All the designs are custom made by yours truly, and the profits there go directly to supporting this channel. Designs are available for men, women, and children. There's tees, tanks, v-necks, hoodies, and more. Also, another way you could support this channel and my work is by checking out my Amazon affiliate shops. Even if you just click the link down there in the description below and you don't buy anything, I get a little bit coming back from Amazon. Also, don't forget my group cruise, October 24th, out of Charleston, South Carolina. All of the details, the merch store, Amazon affiliate, group cruise, it's all found in the description below this video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. I actually just had to replace my editing laptop here. It was pretty expensive. So any support that you can offer me, it will help to keep the show on the air. All right, you guys are so amazing. There's news for all our Australians watching today. You guys and gals are going to be cruising again, but not quite yet. However, major news outlets are confirming, or at least reporting, that cruises down under should resume April 17th. So it remains to be seen just how quickly the cruise industry will be able to, or be willing to, reposition their vessels back into the Aussie market. But it's safe to say that there will be far fewer options in the near term for cruisers in Australia. However, some options are so much better than no options. So if you made it this far into today's episode, why haven't you subscribed to my channel yet? I put out daily cruise news just like this one that you can use if you have a trip. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today, and until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships.
La 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 la.